Hello, 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 hello. It is No, it's not Monday. It's Tuesday. I thought it's the first stream for this week, which is true, but it's not Monday. It is Tuesday because yesterday I finished the video for tomorrow. So yeah, it is not Monday. It is Tuesday, and today we're gonna continue what we have already done for quite a while because I want to get it done soon. Welcome, James. You're the first. That's correct. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Not Monday, Tuesday, okay? Welcome. Yeah, so I wanted to finish the Chun-Li figurine very soon. So today we're gonna continue. The link took me to Twitch. Wait, there are two. You have to click the other one then, I guess. It's you know, if you click the other one, then it's your fault. Yeah. It's time to work some more on the Chun-Li figurine because I want to get it done soon. I thought about whether or not I want to do the I had this other project where I want to play around more with custom brush textures, but I want to do that after after I'm done with the Chun-Li figurine. So I want to spend, this week, except of course for Thursday, where we're going to do the next personal feedback session on the figurine. Maybe we can finish it this week. I don't think so because we have, wait, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, we have tomorrow, and then on Thursday we already have the personal feedback session, the PFS. So yeah, welcome, Hustler. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday too. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's that's what we're going to do today. So let's get straight to Blender. There it is. So what we've done last time is we've blocked out the clothing. One thing that is still missing is the sort of thing here in the front for the hair. And I probably need to change these things a little bit. Yeah, so I want to sort of build everything first, and then I want to see how I need to optimize it for the 3D print. Just because I don't exactly know like what is not printable, what is. So stuff like this might not be because it's too thin, for example. We'll see. But that's more fiddly stuff that I want to do afterwards. So that's not what we care about right now. Or what I want to focus on right now. I think what I want to focus on today first are the boots. Kind of blocking those out and then probably going into more detail with everything. Maybe we can even, model the boots fully today. We'll see. But that's the sort of goal. We could maybe now also, at least for the legs, combine them so we can finish them. Maybe that's a better idea to do before we go into the what is it? The rest of the clothing. Because then maybe I want to change the volume here or the leg just a little bit, and that might change the shape of the boots. So I probably want to do that first. Is it just me or I can't see the webcam? Oh, hold on. There you go. There you go. Did a lot of recording where you usually don't want to have my my cam visible because you wouldn't see anything. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Let me grab my tablet because we're gonna go into sculpting for the legs. Welcome. Oh, sorry. Welcome. Keto Central. Yes, indeed, I agree. Fig. Hold on. Okay, my chairs. Okay, perfect. Oh, you're gonna lurk on Twitch? Interesting. You're, moving into new, you're trying new things. I see. Seeing maybe if the Forbidden Land is better. Okay. Yeah, I think we can begin. There's not that much to say. One thing that I thought about maybe is changing the shape of something. So I want to look at the anatomy and all that too. But I think I want to combine everything first because then I can sort of you know, work on everything together, which I think makes more sense. Let me get rid of this real quick. Let me, first of all, before I do anything, I want to name everything. So this is probably the loin cloth. Then we have this waistband, I guess you could say. Yeah, now, you know, there you go. I could tell, you know, on at work, an interesting thing that is happening right now is that we have like two designers basically that work on a specific big client for us, which is probably taking up quite a lot, like the majority of what work that we do, or the income that we have. There are two designers that work like on projects from that client, and shoulder pad L, and the thing is, one of them is on vacation right now, and the other one is sick. So now I'm doing the sort of I'm sort of the substitute, and I have worked with, or you know, for the client before. I did done some project with it, but I'm not like fully in everything. Like you know, I don't exactly know like all the designs and stuff like that, which isn't the problem necessarily, but you know, they usually sort of usually every big client, or usually every client has like a style guide where you can read up on all the design, you know, principles and whatnot that they use or that they follow to always have like the same corporate language, you could say, or corporate appearance. And you know, if you're not really working with a client that often, can be that you can have to read up on it a little bit more, and it takes a little bit more time and all that. Then having nobody else that knows the client that you could, you know, ask stuff or whatever is kind of annoying. So, you know, I'm trying to get through this week. You know, trying to get through this week fairly unscathed. We'll see. I have 3 projects that I do right now. They don't have to be, I think, finished this week, but you know, they still are supposed to be in a pretty far state. So we'll see, you know. Twitch puts the stream on 1080, YouTube goes 480 by auto most of the time. Can't you isn't there like the setting where you can, I don't know why they changed it, but isn't there a setting where you can say like prioritize high quality, prioritize speed or whatever? Isn't there a setting for that? I guess you switched it to high thingy and it still switched. I can type longer messages than 200 characters. Oh wait, that's the limitation on YouTube? Interesting. Which means I get more space to distract you while you, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I want to probably want to merge the arms and the arms, hands together, and then also the legs, so they can look a little bit smoother and a little bit more realistic than this, you know? Maybe you've seen the dude with like, I don't know how much, maybe like 10% or less, probably less, percent body fat doing workouts. That's what this looks like right now. I think I want to begin with the arms because they're fairly simple. So let's do that first. So yeah. Hands too, I'm gonna do that afterwards. I want to do the arm first, and then we can go to the hands afterwards. Hold on, let me name all this stuff here too. Parented. Oh, hello. What happened? Wait, why did it move somewhere else? I guess we have, yeah, I guess I have to keep transform. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Keep, oh wait, because I parented to the empty, right? I don't even know. Okay, perfect. There's a video that YouTube, no, that yeah, that YouTube put out, where they sort of showed sort of the upcoming features or planned features for this year. I can't remember most of them, but some of them look pretty interesting. Some of them what a lot of people have asked for a long time, because it's been there on Twitch for quite a long time already, which is basically the ability to, well, you can memberships already exist where you can basically subscribe like you would on well, subscribe is something else on YouTube, but memberships are basically subscriptions on Twitch where you can pay, or pay money to be like a special channel member, I guess you could say. And that exists on YouTube and Twitch. The difference is that on YouTube, well, the difference that you have, or the thing that you have on Twitch, is that you can gift somebody a subscription, so that yeah, basically, people can. It's another way of, I guess, giving to the streamer and then somebody else, like in the chat. And YouTube wants to implement that on YouTube too this year, as far as I have seen. One thing that I would wonder is that I wondered before on stream, that I mentioned on stream before, is whether or not they could actually do something similar than Twitch Prime, where they could basically make it so if you have YouTube Premium, you get one free membership, for example, every month. That could be pretty cool too. I wonder if that would be, I don't know if the two sort of services are similar. Twitch, what is it? Twitch, I guess. What is it? Amazon Prime and YouTube Premium. They sound pretty similar, but there are probably quite a few differences. Changes for creators or users. I think it's overall changes. You can see the video. I don't remember what it was called, but you can probably find it like YouTube looking forward 2022 or something like that. I think that you should find it with something like that. Looking forward. Okay, let me. You can't see what I'm seeing, but it's that important. Why is my window so small? There you go. Yeah, they can use their Prime membership. Yeah. That's what I wanted, if they can do that on YouTube too, with YouTube Premium. Because they sound very similar, the two services. Okay, let me join these things first. There you go, that's the first one. And then we have this one too. I want to include the shoulder too. So, there you go. Okay, and then the hand I want to combine too. Looks like looks like she's malnourished right now. So, James, now that you put it in the Discord, that's the big benefit of using Steam, the Steam version of Blender. You can immediately see, or you can see how much time you spent in Blender. I would like to see that actually, but I don't think there's any way to do it. There's no way to sort of, well, yeah, there's no real way to track the time, or there's no time, there's like, no other tool, I think, that can do that, at least retroactively. But I would love to see that actually. Make a copy and save? No, yeah, I'm just gonna save it as a new version. There you go. Okay. Where's my... There it is. Okay. So we have arm, we have hand, we have arm, we have hand. Let's do the same for the legs. I want to probably combine both legs together. I think that's easier. One thing that, of course, will be a little bit harder would be the leg. Although, maybe not, because the... Let's see. I'm thinking about changing this part here a little bit. It looks very long. I think just because it's missing a little some volume here on the side, maybe. We'll see about that. And then this one here looks good. So we can join these together first. Yeah, I think this one's okay. Okay. And then this one too. No, I want to go in here first. I want to change a few things here and there. An add-on? Yeah, there's an add-on. I know that it's worked before. But I don't know if it still works with the newest version, or the version that I use at least. Yeah, I saw the message. I think I can always see the message. Other people can't. Okay. Yeah, it's 2.8. Yeah, I used that in 2.8 actually, because I actually wanted to see how much time I spent on a project, but now it's not available. But there's no alternative for newer versions, which is sad. Okay. Wait. Let me hide this. Okay. There you go. Whoa. Okay. Never mind. Okay. So, looks kind of weird. Looks like Rayman. Okay. So, let's see. I don't think I want to do too much. I probably just want to make this a little bit wider here. Especially because it's squished together. It should probably be a little bit wider. Same down here. It is flexed, of course, but it still should be very voluminous. And if the volume isn't, like the volume still, what flexing does is, of course, it moves the volume upwards. But what it doesn't do is, you know, just remove the volume if you kind of pinch or, you know, sort of bend your leg like this, push them together. So it would still, the volume has to go somewhere. So, you know, it would probably go to the side. So that's what I want to emphasize a little bit more here. Probably also want to make the leg maybe a little bit wider. We'll see. Let's see. What was my reference? Hold on. Where am I? I'm in the wrong folder. Am I? No, I'm not. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think the legs can be a little bit wider. They're quite thin right now. I think they can have a little bit more. So let's do that. Especially here on the side, on this side. There you go. Okay. Of course, as I said before, this week is the next personal feedback session. How many pieces do we have right now? Let's see. There it is. I haven't made a event yet. They changed something with the events, but I haven't checked out what it is. Let's see. So we have 1. We have 2. No, that's the same. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. There you go. No, 7. Okay, well. Wait, is it? I think it is. No, 8. Okay, well. Yeah, it's 8. Okay. I like the, what is the name? For the candle dude from, what is it again? Not Cinderella, right? Is it Cinderella? James, the one that you made. I think it looks very good. I like the face. Looks very very much like the original. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, but what's the girl called? The princess. Is she actually a princess, or she becomes one, right? By Prince whatever selecting or choosing her, I would guess. Belle, maybe. Oh yeah, I think it was Belle. Daughter of, yeah. Who watches those movies anyway? Nobody, exactly. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. I don't want to fiddle around too much with the, you know, with this. I want to get this done fairly soon because I have quite a lot of other things that I want to do. So, yeah. I want to do a little bit more here with the legs, fine-tune them, maybe even go into adding some smaller wrinkles and folds, and then that should be it for the legs. So, let's see. Let's go and join everything together now. There you go. Oh, wait, did I? Okay. Join. Okay. It is time to merge them together. First save, and then sculpting, and then check out what resolution we have here, and then remesh. Where is it? There it is. What do we have here? Okay, sounds good to me. Look at, wait, I didn't, oh, well, there you go. Let's try again. Oh, we lost quite a lot of detail. I don't want to have that happen. So we need more resolution. I probably want to do it with a modify because that it's more, it's easier. So let's do it with a modifier. Recently went to the Blender for a long time and did something in sculpting from seeing clothes. You mean you did a sculpt? Is that what you mean? After, you know, being a Boolean? Why Boolean? You mean oh, to join them together? Nah, that's not cool. I like to use remeshing. Boolean can lead to some interesting and weird problems. So I like to use remeshing. So we can determine how dense it should be in the beginning, and then we can fine tune it. Is that good enough? Maybe a little bit less. I like to go with not 0.01, maybe 0.019 looks good. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. The problem that I had some problems with the Boolean modifier before, where it basically just like I set it to difference, for example. Of course, this is joined, so it would be a different story maybe. But I set it to difference, you know, and then it just joins the pieces together, which is super annoying. Or it just, yeah, there are just some interesting things that can happen, and I kind of just don't want to deal with them. So I like to just remesh it. Not a huge difference, you know, but I like this more. It feels more reliable. Now it's time to smooth out those thighs, make them look nice and squishy, or firm, whatever you like. Can be both. Firm when flexed, squishy when relaxed. Oh, that rhymes. Perfect. I think it's the Boolean modifier can struggle a little bit when the pieces are very dense, very complex. I think that's when problems can arise, which, you know, is it's not that common, but you know, it can happen. So I just try to avoid it, you know, just like a kid that gets bitten by a dog tries to avoid the dog most of the time. I'm trying to avoid having to fix the Boolean modifier. Oh. Okay. So I'm just really trying to smooth these pieces right now. I don't want to remove or reduce the volume because we need this volume. We're going to build on top of it. What I want to add now is I don't want to, like, I'm smoothing the muscles right now. What I want to do afterwards is I want to add the fat on top. We haven't really done that yet. This is basically just the muscle layer. So now it's time to add some fat on top of it to make it nice and smooth. And a little bit more voluminous even. Voluptuous, whatever. Okay, make it a little bit smoother. Okay, so this is the muscle layer basically. So let's now add a little bit of fat on top of it. One thing that I want to try is I want to try a new tool that I haven't really used before. Actually, let's see, hold on. What if so the one thing that the clay sculpt brush can do quite well is it can create the structure here, of course. That's what why I like to use it. But I want to make this very smooth. So I have two ways that I want to try to rather sculpt very smooth surfaces rather than these, I don't know, zigzag or these very choppy smooth. Like I want to make it smooth rather than, you know, blocky, I guess you could say. So one idea I have is that I change the tip roundness, which shouldn't really change it too much. Yeah, that's what well, hold on. I set it to 1 because that's then super round. It looks better. You can see it's nice and it's smoother. So this might work quite well. What it basically, tip roundness is basically the clay sculpt brush is basically a sort of cube with rounded edges. That's the standard setting. Rounded edges 1.8. I think it's the standard setting. So you can, that's the standard setting 1.8. So the brush is a square, but it can be rounded or it can be fully a square. It begins at like a 0.1, 0.8 I mean, no, 0.18 is the first value. So it's a little bit rounded at the edges, but it's still a square. If you set it to 0, then it's a full square, you know, with sharp edges. If you set it to 1, it's basically a circle. And if you want to have a smoother sculpting experience, I guess you could say with the clay sculpt brush, then you would set it to tip roundness 1, and then you can see it's nice and smooth. If you set it to 0, you can see how choppy it is. That's how you can make the clay sculpt brush a little bit, you know, a little bit smoother, basically, and a little bit softer. You should honestly add these big sculpts like to a Gumroad. Why would I add them to a Gumroad to buy? For what? They're not optimized for anything. I mean, people would still maybe be interested, but I don't want to put anything on there and then have it not be like optimized or, you know, fully prepared for it. Oh, I want to do one thing. I want to actually duplicate the legs so I can see before and after and see if it improved the sculpt or it didn't. So let me duplicate these. Let me call them legs. Legs. Oh, legs. And then we have, where's the other one? There it is. Call it legs backup. Okay. There you go. Okay. When you make sculpting in the posture, the shape is lost with the remesh. Depends on how big the remeshing is. Oh, yeah, it depends on how big the remeshing is. If it's very big, then it might lose quite a lot of detail, but if it's not, then, you know, it won't really lose that much. Okay, now it's time to soften it up. You can sell them for $1 or make them free. I actually had an idea before for some sort of gumroad thing, but I actually forgot what it was. Maybe I have some notes somewhere. I think I do. Let me see if I can. I think I know where I have them. Let me see if I do, or if that's wrong. I had something in mind, but that was quite a while back, and I kind of scrapped it. No, I don't think I have it anymore, do I? What do I need? I forgot. Oh, hold on. Oh, of course, hold on. Where is it? Nope, there it is. Loading. No. I don't have it anymore. I had an idea, but I scrapped it. Okay. Okay, so there's one thing that I want to try. I want to use this, or I want to use the draw brush. The draw brush, I think it's basically like the clay sculpt brush, but it's, you know, stronger. So if I make this weaker again, it looks like this. If I use the clay sculpt brush, it looks like this. So you can see the fall off is a little bit. There it is. That's the strong clay sculpt brush. And here's the smooth brush. It is still smoother. Well, the sculpt draw brush is smoother. So I might still use the sculpt draw brush. I want to try the sculpt draw brush just to see what it feels like. Okay, let's see. The one thing that I don't like necessarily about it is how high it is. Or yeah, the fall of it is kind of weird. Let's see. So smooth. What about smoother? That's better. But one thing that I noticed with the smooth brush, I mean with the sculpt draw brush, is that it creates these weird bumps. It's not as even as I would like it to be. I could make it weaker and bigger, but that's not really what I want to do. I want to, maybe I'm using it wrong. That could also be a problem, but like, it just feels a little bit weird. See how it's so bumpy? It feels like, of course I can smooth it then, and then it probably would get a little bit smoother, but it's still a little bit weird. I guess I'm just more used to the clay sculpt brush, and now that it's like, it's fairly smooth, I think I'm going to use this one. So if I now kind of fill this up a little bit more here, for example, right there, and then I smooth it, you can see how it looks. Yeah, it just feels better for some reason. Probably because I've just been using it for so long now. But, you know, why would I learn something new? Why would I try to get used to something new if I have an alternative that is basically the same? With a large number of polygons, we'll have to do retopo, and this is boring. Well, you wouldn't really well, I guess you have to choose what you want to do. You can either have a nicely, you know, a nice mesh with great topology that you can use, or you're gonna remesh it so you can, you know, do some. I don't know what you want to do, but you know, you have to decide what it is for, and what you need it for. What you know, yeah, you need to think about it. That was the most non-sentence I ever said, but it has been spoken, and I can't take it back. Okay, so the thing is, let's see. Never mind. I wanna kind of sort of smooth all muscles first before I really go into refining everything fully. So let me smooth everything first and then we can go into the rest. So she's sort of a mix between, I guess you could say, like fit and she's fit and built, but she's not lean necessarily. So it's an interesting mix that I think is even harder than just having a lean person or a very, I guess, yeah, it's like a mix between two things instead of just being one thing, which I think can be a little bit harder to do, but we'll see. Nice method. Okay. Okay. The thick fit, exactly. So everything needs to be nice and smooth, but also have a little bit of definition. And that's the thing. Not too much definition, not too much fat. It's a mix right in between. So, you know, just small changes and smoothing and, you know, adjusting, smoothing, adjustment should get us there. Hopefully. Okay. We'll see. There you go. Okay, we still need... There's still a lot of to do. You can see there's still some small bumps here. I guess that just requires more, you know, fixing. Especially because they're round surfaces. We can't just use the flatten brush because, you know, it would still flatten the surface, but it wouldn't really look very organic, you know, very round. Round surfaces are not flat, okay? In the way that the flattened brush sees something to be flat. So we can't really use the flattened brush, unfortunately. We just have to use the smooth brush. One thing you can do to sort of see these small bumps everywhere is you can switch to the to a different matte cap. So for example, this one, you know, you don't necessarily see all the bumps very quickly because there's a lot of light coming from the front, so everything is sort of lit up evenly. And then on the edges you see the bumps, so you could either, you know, go and look at it sideways, I guess, or from the side. Or you can also change the matte cap to maybe something that is a little bit more shiny, like this one here, this red metal shader. This one should give you a clearer sort of depiction of where the bumps are. You can see there we have a little bump right there. We have this one right there. We have these ones right there. Let's switch back to the other one that I had. I think it was this one. No, hold on. Which one do I usually use? This one? Nope. This one? This one, right? Yeah. You can still see it, but it's not as obvious. So, you know, if I want to smooth this, it's probably better to switch to the to this one. Okay. Every matte cap has its, you know, benefits and deficits. I don't like to switch between them too often, but sometimes it can be quite useful. Okay. See, there are some small bumps that you wouldn't really see otherwise, or I wouldn't see otherwise, where I just like to switch to a different matte cap, which can really easily show me the things I need to fix. Here, quite a few more. There you go. You know what I thought? I wonder with these super famous, or even with any sculpt that that has been done back in the day, like all these super detailed sculpts of, I don't know, warriors or just people, you know, I don't know, fighting or whatever. I wonder how long those took. And how the artist sort of survived, or if sculpting was actually like a lucrative or at least livable job. You probably had to be very good or be the son of a sculptor to really get into the job. But I wonder, you know, I think I would guess what they've done back in the day is just like for all artists that worked for like emperors or whatever, I guess they just gave them like a room or whatever, like said, hey, can you do this for us? I'll give you like a room to live or like a whatever, a living space and food and all that. If you, sculpt us this piece or paint us or whatever. I can see that being the case, although, painting would probably not take as long as a sculpture. Depends on what it is, of course. But if you kind of think about the portraiture, for example, self-depictions of famous or wealthy people back in the day, seeing them in sort of like, if they have to paint them, they probably have to see them, kind of paint and then look again, paint, look again, see the real life reference to get close to them, close to their actual look or whatever. And I wonder how long like one of these big sculptures took. And I wonder how you would figure that out. I guess there are some scriptures maybe from back in the day that sort of talk about it or whatever, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can track it with other events happening in the person's life. But it's definitely interesting. That's what I thought about that when I did. I don't know what I did, but I thought about the what I do here, for example, is just sculpting, but digitally. And you can also do it in real life. Then there were people, back in the day that did this in real life and made their money off of it. Those people, I thought, like, what? If I would live back in the day, could I have been a sculptor? That was my thought, and I think everybody sort of back in the day just did what their father did, most of them at least. Like if you were a farmer, you would probably, inherit what your father did. Or even I thought about like when I was if I was born like even just 20 years earlier, for example, I would have probably just done what my father did, because I think that's what most people did back in the day or earlier, I could be wrong, but that's my impression. And so I would have probably just become what my father does, or did, would have done, rather than, I don't know, becoming a sculptor in real life, for example. Although, yeah, I don't know. There are always exceptions, of course, but I don't know. Do you have any experience with trying to rig and pose a low poly sculpt? One that is decimated? It's not necessarily different. So the thing is, low poly rigging, I think, requires more attention to geometry, so that the geometry is in the right spot. If you have more geometry, you just can be a little bit more. It's easier because you don't have to pay attention to the geometry placement too much. So, for example, if your character, is supposed to do this, then you need, a few geometry, like a few more vertices here. Then if it wouldn't, if you do this, you would probably only need one edge ring or whatever here. If you want to do this, you would probably need, I don't know, 3 or whatever. And you kind of have to pay more attention to where you place the vertices so that the bones sort of align with them in a low poly model. So I think the principles of rigging still apply. It's just a little bit more attention to detail is required. They pay freelancers that they would do everything for them, and they themselves simply correct what was done. Maybe. I mean, they can't do that right off, so they have to start doing it themselves. Maybe then they can build a studio at some point and teach people, and then they do the work. And they just, you know, kind of lead them or teach them, you know. But yeah, they have to get there first. So they must have done it themselves first. Look at that, that looks cool. Look at the hair. Look at that. Insane. Okay. Another post. Some Belgian dude made a Lucifer statue that was whatever. Good old time, people didn't have first names. The name would just be Profession Bob. Really? That's funny. What's the coolest combination of name and profession? Builder Bob sound, well, you know, a very famous name occupation name, I guess. But combination. But what would be some other ones? Like either like Builder Bob or Bob the Builder. What we have, like Sculptor Steve. That sounds boring. Sculptor. Dickinson Johnny. What is Dickinson supposed to be? That's not an occupation. Car salesman Carl. that's so lame. Let's see. Do we have something else? Hold on. Dickon. Ah, yeah, okay. I mean, that's not really an occupation, I would say. You're on Twitch once and you're already using Twitch emotes. Unbelievable. So quickly can somebody change. You know, people say you've changed. I can understand them now. First I understood it from the other person's side, and now I can understand both sides. Yeah, I thought about things that I could do with the Reaper figurine. Because you know, to set up sitting there, I don't really know what I want to do with it. I've used it in a thumbnail. That's what I've done with it, but nothing else really. I thought about, yeah, what I could do with it. I don't want to make a video about it probably, because I don't really know what I would do it about. Maybe just a short video like tips and tricks or whatnot. Maybe I can combine it with the with this one here. But I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. It's already been, like, it's not fully done, so I would probably want to finish it first, which takes some time. Then I don't have the time. I don't want to spend the time on it. So just kind of like the, you know, it was just like a temporary Bermuda Triangle that just, you know, robbed, or that just killed time that went into it for a time. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it. Have you learned, you know, if you've watched it, have you learned anything from it when we did it? Maybe I can, you know, separate, or you just kind of talk about one topic that I maybe did on it, but I don't know. I quickly forget old or like project that I've sort of finished mentally. That's one of them. So I don't really like, I don't really think about it at all anymore. And so I, you know, or I kind of want to do other stuff. So it's just kind of like a lost project. One of the few that exist. I could barely sculpt heads. Most of the things back then went over my head. Yeah. I haven't really done that much retopology. Somebody, like, people asked me on the retopology video or the retopology explained video, like, hey, do you have like a longer form video explaining your workflow, for example, or doing the workflow? But I wanted to suggest the Reaper retopology, but I haven't really done that much there. I really only built the frame, or the I built the frame basically, not really filled up the geometry itself. So I don't think there's really that much to see. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just going to be lost in the ether. It's also not really 3D printable because there are so many small details, except, you know, if you make it huge, maybe. You could probably, you know, maybe make it 3D printable because that would also take a lot of time, so, you know, it's not really something I want to do. What are you... What? How can you trigger the bot 3 times? What are you on about? You're mistaken. Blacklisted spam? I still don't know what that is. And then 2 links. You're really trying to get banned, really? Or timed out with as much penalty as possible. Another one. I guess it's just swear words for some reason. I've changed a few things, but I don't remember applying like a swear word filter. Maybe I've activated it by accident. I think I remember having the option, but I thought I skipped it. Or not enabling it. Apparently I have. Wait, can you change this a little bit? Can you change the direction of the light? No, right? It's set from the beginning, from this image. Yeah, okay. The trigger word, maybe. What happens if you add the nightbot? Does something happen? I wonder. I don't think so. I think there's a certain... I've seen that before on streams where you can add the nightbot and ask him something, but I think that's a certain command you have to set up. It's not like... It just doesn't work automatically. You can enable the shadows underneath the man cab. Yeah. But shadows don't really help me here. Do they? Let's see. No, it just makes everything darker and laggier. Oh my god. No. I like using shadows when I want to just screenshot a viewport because it gives it more depth, you know? Makes it look more realistic. But it's it can be quite intense, especially because the geometry is, I think, quite dense on this, and it kind of struggles. You know what I noticed? I said I want to do the clothing today, and we're not doing the clothing right now. So, you know what? Let's go to the boots first before we do anything else. So that we at least have done something in terms of. But I think this leg looks pretty good already. It still needs some definition, but I think it's definitely smoother. You know, this one needs a little bit more refinement, but we're getting there. Welcome, O12 Ganesh. Are you a cyborg with a serial number? Or is that your 12th account? Or do you just like the number 12? Okay. Let's add the the boot. I think I want to do this one first, and then I can copy it to this foot. I think that's easier than starting with this one. So let's do that. Okay. So first of all, we have a sole. Let's begin. Wait. Yeah. Cursor to world origin. I want to begin with a plane. With a subdivision on it. Maybe 2? Yeah, 2. There you go. Maybe 3. 3 sounds good. And then also solidify. Perfect. Limit to 80 degrees. Make the amount 2. And then smaller. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's begin. Where's my reference? There it is. Is that the reference? No, it's not. Where's my reference? I need it. I lost it. There it is. Okay. Let's begin with the sole, and then we can work from there and add the rest. What? Oh. Okay. So I want to do this in quite, I want to do this with multiple planes rather than working with the, like sculpting it, for example. I could probably also sculpt it, but I think it's easier and it'll be more detailed if I do it this way. So that's why it looks like this. Wait. This can go there. This can go here. Oh. And then go over here. These fighting boots I think are very tight, so we probably need to push the foot a little bit together, but we'll see. We'll see, okay. We're not there yet. Of course, I don't really have a good reference for the bottom of the foot. Could look up like maybe a an actual model, but I don't want to. So I'll just use what I have. Okay, so of course, one thing is that the sole is not just flat, it actually has a curve to it. So let's see, I think I want to look at a boot first to just kind of see what it looks like. Whether or not the curve is also at the bottom or only at the top to kind of, you know, help the shape, kind of follow the shape of the foot. Okay, my browser doesn't like to be open. Just doesn't open. Hold on. There it is. Please close. Please. Okay, just doesn't close. Doesn't he just end all tasks then? Okay, let's try again. Okay. There it is. Fighting boot? Let's see what we find here. That's not a fighting boot. That's a normal boot. Look at that. These boots remind me of something, but I can't remember what they're called. I've seen them before. I've seen something. This one. That's what they remind me of. These sort of boots. I don't know what they are used for. Does it say? Hold on. Oh, it's for wrestlers, right? These boots. That's what they remind me of. Looks very, very similar. The goth sneakers. Yeah, fighting boots. Fighting your mom and dad, maybe telling them that you know what you're doing. Yeah, I think those. What are they called? Wrestling boots. What are those? What are you giving me? I don't need leather boots. What is this? That's not for wrestling. They all look horrible. I guess I'll just stick to the one that I already had. This one. I think this one comes the closest. Looks pretty similar. You can see even the knee, I mean the heel thing in the back. Oh, we can actually get, oh, hello. Yeah, this one looks nice. They look like soldier boots. These shiny boots? No. What do you mean? They look like, I don't know, dominatrix boots. Or something like that. But nothing other than that. Okay. I think I found my reference. Okay, perfect. So, they are quite flat, but they go a little bit higher in the front. So, let's do that. Zzz. I need one right there, so I can keep it below. Okay. I think the toe is too short anyway, so that works out. That looks good to me. Let's see, from the bottom, there needs to be a few changes here and there. This part here needs to be a little bit tighter. That's better. Okay. And then the other side is also different. More like, oh. More like this, maybe? That's definitely closer, but it's not fully there yet. Okay. There you go. Welcome, Galactic Power. Hope you had a great day too. Great Tuesday. As you can see, we're working on the boots of Chun-Li. And then we can probably move them up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Why is her peach flat? Oh, how can you even see that? We're down here. We still need to adjust some things here and there. So we're not there yet, okay? Some thickening still needs to happen, okay? Don't worry. Okay. I wonder if Nightbot suspends you for saying ass too. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Let's grab another one. Delete everything except for these two. Yes. Do I want to? I want to. No, I don't want to. I want to remove this stuff here. Oh. I want to remove only faces so that I can then work from here. Edges. Perfect. So, let's start. Let's go from the back. I think the back is easier to sculpt. This is definitely too thick. That's better. Okay. She's thick. How did you see it before? So the one thing is, she's not gonna look like 100% like thick with a lot of C's, okay? And a lot of reverb, but because of the pose, but I think we can still, you know, adjust some. We can tighten some screws, let's say, okay? So yeah, we're not fully there yet, but we're getting there. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, so let me begin by... I like to do the same with modeling when I want to model clothing. Then if I remesh, creating a frame first to see if the general shape fits, and then I can adjust, or I can fill everything. So I kind of want to go over up all the way to where I need to go, which is probably somewhere over here. That looks good to me. Right there. I know what you're saying. There you go. Right there. It is very tight, so we need to keep it pretty close to the body. Okay, perfect. That looks pretty good, actually. I like that. One thing I need to keep in mind is that it's slightly tilted. One thing you can see here is right, a tilted tower of geometry. Okay. There you go. How long do you think it's going to take until mainstream media is going to reference Fortnite stuff as memes or jokes? Okay. Then I like to, yeah, do like a round thing here in the beginning at the top. I like to start very, very low poly, and then I like to go higher poly as I refine the shape. So that I can sort of look at everything first in the beginning, make sure everything looks right, and then add more when I think, yeah, the beginning looks right. 4 months. I actually don't know if Fortnite is still, you know, the thing. It's been the thing, you know, but I don't think it's still the thing to talk about on, I don't know, like live show, or not live shows, but like what are those shows called again? Talk shows. I don't think that's really something you do. Like, it's not really like a talk show topic anymore. You got Twitch. Welcome, the Rich Amaranth. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. You got Twitch. I got Twitch, and you got Twitch too. Isn't that great? Now we can Twitch together. Hold on. Kind of cringe. What? The Fortnite stuff? Oh. My name? Yeah, I mean... You had some idea behind it, and if it's supposed to be cringe, then I guess you did a good job. Okay, hold on. Where am I? Welcome, the Rich Amaranth. Hope you enjoyed the stream so far, you know. Maybe you've been here for a while, maybe you have just joined. As you can see, we're working on concealing everybody's foot fetish, or everybody that has this foot fetish, teasing them by adding boots to Chun-Li. Maybe I should, you know what I should do? Going back to Gumroad, I should publish a version there. So I should I should publish a version that is like for free, basically, the regular version. And then there's another version that costs $100 without the boots, or basically just kind of catering to one specific fairly fairly specific kink, basically. Like you you know, where you can see the feet, maybe even without the leggings on, you know, so you can see the raw feet. And then another one, I don't know, you know, you could, I don't know, whatever you want. You could turn her into you can add some fur on top of it. You could add I don't know, a tail, you know, whatever you want. I'm gonna buy it. Nice, see? I think that's a good idea. Okay, there you go. Looking good. Welcome, Kenji. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. I've seen this type of modeling before in like different time lapses. Just using like planes and giving them thickness and then using that for clothing. I don't know how well it'll work for 3D printing, but well, I guess the only way to know is to, you know, to test it. I think I'm gonna afterwards, once everything's done, I'm probably gonna, for these very, very fine pieces here, I'm probably gonna join them together and then run a remesher on top of it, just to kind of make sure that everything works properly. You can make some animation if you get it and sell it for patrons. Yeah. I'm not that good at animations. I don't want to spend my time, you know, getting good at those animations. Right now, okay. So, yeah. Imagine a tutorial about NSFW animations with like highly, you know, high quality, how you can create like super realistic, I don't know, video game character NSFW content, and then you know, you can't really post it on YouTube, so you would probably have to post it on Pornhub. Imagine like seeing such an animation and then the next recommendation is a how-to video about how you can make those. Once you're done with the deed, time to learn how you can do it, how you can create these yourself. Sounds like a forgotten market. Like a gap in the how-to industry. I wonder if there are tutorials on Pornhub. Well, maybe specific ones, but not those. Okay, here's the top part, so that's how high it's gonna be. Almost. There's a little bit more, but that's all we need right now. Let's go down again. So I think I want to take, let's see. So the thing is, there is going to be a separation here, which is, I don't think, too hard to do. I have in mind, I have an idea how I want to do it. There it is. So yeah, I think I have an idea. So I want to bring this piece all the way down. So let's do that. Down first, and then to the front, so that this can be the tip of the foot. And then I'm going to show you a 3 million IQ move, okay? I've looked into the future, and I know what I'm going to do in 12 minutes, in 2 minutes, okay? To say the truth, I imported some animation of Alex, character from Minecraft. Is that the one with the green shirt with the slimmer hand or arm or block or whatever, to Unity and just sold it as a finished game? Okay. Interesting. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, yeah, I guess. Okay. That's too high. but it's exactly what I want. I'm going to show you why I set it up this way. First of all, I guess it follows the shape quite well, but that's not why I set it up this way. I'm going to show you why soon. Let's see. I want to see. So with your character, you can make thousands. I can combine the Reaper with Chun-Li. Wouldn't that be something? I think most people that do these kinds of animations grab the ones from the game and then, you know, spend some time to refine them and make them better. I think that's what they usually do. Rather than making like full-on new characters, they just, you know, grab the already existing geometry and then improve it. The dream of most gamers. For poor England. you've done so well, and then you're sorry for your poor English. That's the one thing that was somewhat poor. But don't worry, I'm not the best English speaker myself, so I don't judge, okay? I'm not the best England speaker myself. Okay. Is it too far forward? I think I want to push it further back just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit. There it is. Zip. That's better. Okay. Okay. That's better. Perfect. Okay. Other side. There it is. Wait. Okay, perfect. That's better. Didn't know which one I was working on because I selected both. Okay. I've actually never modeled a boot before. So this will be interesting. I thought about watching the boot modeling tutorial by Derek, but I haven't. Because I was curious how you would do it. I think I have an idea, but you know, I think when it comes down to it, you can basically break everything complex into easy things. And once you get started, it sort of falls into place most of the time, except for if you need very specific technical knowledge, for example. But other than that, I think it's everything sort of falls into place once you start. Everything looks very complex when you begin, but the more you work on it, the more it sort of, yeah, basically, you know, it's just, you know, it's hard to really build a concept in your head how you would do everything from start to finish. But if you do it step by step, it's easier to sort of just go through the steps individually and thinking through the steps individually. Okay. I need more geometry here in the front, probably. Made a human character on the left side of my bones are lower than the right. Oh no. Yeah. When you forget to enable the mirror modify, or when you forget to enable mirroring, that's the worst. So I thought about how much we could do today. We'll see. My estimations are usually wrong, so I'm not even trying to guess. But thought about, hey, you know, maybe we could even finish the boots. So I think maybe we can finish the boots today, and then maybe I don't think we can get to the rest of the clothing today, to be honest. But we'll see. Okay. Maybe you know, I can be faster than I think, or it'll be faster than I think. But you know, time will tell. What is going on here? Oh. No one's gonna see that from so far. You haven't saved. Oh, yeah. Saving a lot is important. Okay, before every big thing that I do, before every big sort of decision that I do for my projects, I always save. Exactly because of that. To avoid big mistakes that you can't change. Or you know that you can't really just revert back easily. Where you can't just press Ctrl Z enough times, you know. Those things, I always save and then do the thing to save myself from absolute misery for the next few hours. Okay, the first part is done, the frame. So now what I want to do is I want to do some connecting. Look at that, it already looks pretty good. Go to the other side. That's why I like framing everything, because it makes it very easy to create very complex shapes with little, I guess, mental work. Well, you still have to kind of concept how you want to place everything, but it's not as hard as it would be with a more... What am I saying? It's easier than having to build everything sort of like out of a model, for example. I've seen some tutorials or some videos where people model, for example, like a hand out of a cube by just adding more and more edge what are they called? Edge creases. I mean, dude, how am I so baked today? So many you know what? Dude, I just cannot think of the word. Well, screw it. Edge? Yeah, I don't know. Edge loops, there it is. Haha, I knew it. Yeah. So many, like, just adding edge loop over edge loop and then kind of working those into, like, bringing it more into the shape. But yeah, it seems very complex to do it that way. Maybe I just, because I don't know the full workflow, that's why. But yeah, it just seemed very weird. The good thing, of course, in doing that is you already have, or you immediately have a good geometry. You have good geometry, but yeah, I don't know. It feels very, you know, I don't like polymodeling that much just because it feels very mathematical and I don't like math. So that's why. Make her some Crocs. Or some flip-flops. Maybe. Okay, so the tip looks okay. It's not fully there yet. It looks too... It doesn't look aesthetic, okay? So we need to do some changes there, but in that regard, but yeah, we can do that soon. I want to get the geometry in first. This looks weird. Okay. Looks kind of like Crocs. So first thing first, what we can do here is we can add a cut right there. Perfect. And then we can so I thought I just remembered why I wanted to do the legs first, but yeah, now screw it. I wanted to do the legs first just because then I can make sure that the shape of the legs is final before I add the boots, but I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference now. So I just you know, I'm in too deep in the boots that I'm not gonna go back. Okay, so we're gonna stick to them now. Finish it. We're gonna finish the boots before we go into the rest. Oh, hold on. That's better. Welcome, Calabido and Mabel. Mabel, good old, the first bot today. Welcome. Did you make the boots out of the leg? Welcome, first of all. How I'm doing? I'm doing quite well. Hope you had a great day. A great Tuesday too. No. I modeled them from a plane. So I just kind of modeled them around the boots. I think this way I can... So the thing is, the legs are just like... Hopefully it's not... There we go. I can't really use the geometry. It's not cleaned up. I don't need to clean it up, so I won't. So I can't really use the legs for the geometry, so I just grabbed a plane and modeled it around the leg. Kind of follow the shape here. I have some more references on the side, so yeah, I have some more that I can take as reference. I thought that I don't have mental problems until I started to learn Blender. Got no motivation. Okay. What do you mean with you have no motivation? I heard somebody else said that on TikTok. They asked, what do you do if you don't have motivation, basically? They want to do stuff in Blender, but they don't really feel like it, I guess. They haven't really detailed it out too much, but that's sort of the thing that how I interpreted it. And I think, so the more I thought about it, the more I think if you don't have motivation, it's not that you don't, like, if you have motivation and you wanted to create like projects in Blender, for example, it's not that you don't like, that you're not motivated to work in Blender. I think there's something else that you want to do more, or that there's something that keeps you from having motivation in working with Blender or in Blender. So I think there's something else that you need to find that is holding you back in that regard. I had a phase myself where I so the reason why I came to that sort of conclusion is I had a phase myself at some point where I didn't want to do sculpts or characters or whatever. I didn't really myself, I actually didn't really want to do it. I didn't really have any ideas, any inspiration. You could say art block. I don't know if I would call it art block, but I guess you could say that. And the more I thought about it, it's not that I didn't want to do stuff in Blender. It was more that I wanted to play games more. So because every time I worked in Blender, I thought about, I could also just play games now, which kind of robbed the motivation out of, working in Blender. And that's, at least for me, why I didn't have motivation for a certain amount of time. It's been a very long time since that, but that's the only thing that I know of my own experience, how I could maybe think their issue could arise. I don't know if that was a sentence, but yeah. I wasted 3.5 hours on Rust and 500 on League of Legends. Hold on, let me look. I don't have 3.5 hours, but in any game, I think maybe in Minecraft, but I can't really see the hours there. I have at least 2 games on Steam with at least 1,000 hours. Let's see. So, hold on. I have... For me, it was Hearthstone. Yeah, I think there's something else that is... If you know that you actually want to do projects, but something's holding you back, you need to figure out what is holding you back. So I have... Hold on. There it is. I have 1,669, nice, in Destiny 2. And I have 1,168 in Rocket League. And I have 500 for GTA 5 and 364 for Terraria. Minecraft is probably either first or second on that list. Of course, I can't see the hours. I think those are sort of the most played games that I have. Okay, hold on. How many cuts do we need here? We have 1. We need 2 more. Okay. Move that over there and add 2 more here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beauty cannot be described. Beauty can only be shown. Playing Minecraft right now. It's just... I think if you like sculpting, Minecraft is the perfect game to play. Or if you like being creative. If you can think if you have a good sense for 3D for the 3rd dimension, and also I guess like games, I think Minecraft is the perfect game for you to play. Or like you're probably gonna like it because of the creative expression in 3 dimensions that you can have. I only played Rust for... Oh, I've played League of Legends so long. Wait, can I see how much I've played League of Legends? I can, right? Hold on, let me look that up real quick. I wish I never played Rust. I mean, you know, you can't get to 3.5 hours without having fun with it. So at least you had fun.